reverse the camper and the truck into something very hard. The culprit.
Smasher. In total, that gives us a monthly expense of... I'm Brad.
And I'm Harry. We won the green card lottery, sold everything in Australia and moved to America.
We bought a truck and a repossessed camper and hit the road. We're exploring every corner of the USA to find our new home.
This is our great American adventure. Join us for the wild ride. Home sweet home. Welcome back. We just came from the airport from Denver to Missoula, and if you're like, why are you in Denver? Why are you now in Missoula? It's a long story, so let me fill you in. Okay, so in our last video, we're at Grand Staircase and we're going to go to Capitol Reef National Park. We went to Capitol Reef National Park, but a lot of it was closed for construction, so you won't see a video on it. From there, we headed to Salt Lake City, and we spent about a week and a half there in civilization, having a rest. And then we headed north to Tetons, Grand Tetons National Park in Yellowstone, and you won't see a video of those because I wanted a break. I wanted a break from the filming and the editing. I just wanted to experience a national park without having to worry about getting good shots, so apologies, but well worth it, would recommend. After that, Brad unfortunately reversed the camper and the truck into something very hard, and it punctured a hole in the fiberglass in the back of the camper and it ruined the tailgate. The culprit.
Smasher.
Why you keep breaking things? After Yellowstone, we headed to Missoula and we managed to get into an RV shop here, a repair shop, and insurance covered it. But why they needed it for a week or so, we went to Denver, well, I went to Denver to hang out with our friends, and Brad went to Oshkosh for the Oshkosh Air Show.
Off we go again.
Okay, so it's been about a week and a half. The camper is now repaired. We're back here in the camper. We're gonna hang out here for 2 days, 2 nights. This RV place has some full hookup sites, so we've got power. So we're gonna hang out here for 2 days. And then we're gonna put the camper back on the truck with the dodgy tailgate and head north to Glacier National Park and hopefully see some bears. So the damage bill for the incident, Brad's incident, just for the camper was around $5,000. So luckily we had camper insurance because we only paid $250 excess. We got it repaired here at Brett's RV and Marine in Missoula, and they've been really good, so that's great. We've just been to the gym, grocery shopping. It's almost dinner time and I'm starving, so we're gonna get in there, crank the aircon, and have some dinner. Oh, and one more thing. We recently hit over 100 subscribers, and that's insane. It's amazing. Didn't think that many people would wanna watch us trot around the United States, but welcome if you're here, and thanks for sticking around.
Let's talk about everyone's favourite topic, money. Now, these leaves, I feel like they represent about what our Aussie dollar is worth here in America. But let me come inside and show you a bit more about it. And we thought that it would be useful if we break down a little bit more about what it's costing us monthly to live and survive in a camper, so you can potentially do the same thing. All right, so we've crunched the numbers, but a couple of disclaimers before we go any further. Obviously, things can vary a fair bit just depending on how you're going to travel. So these are very conservative. We're very careful. And secondly, the prices are all in US dollars, so just assume that across the board. Anyway, kicking off, we'll start from the top, being our biggest expenses, and work our way down from there. And our first expense in this case is groceries, where we spend around $830 a month. Now, you'll notice that we don't really dine out or anything, so that's where our grocery bill is reasonably high. Now, with that, we're shopping at places like Walmart, Aldi, all those places that make it a bit more affordable. Our next biggest expense is fuel. Now, the Ford F-250 is a gas. It does use a fair bit of fuel. We're averaging probably between 10 and 12 miles per gallon. That's going pretty steady. That was $436 a month average. The next one is retail and shopping. Now, we haven't really been spending much on that. That's clothes and other miscellaneous things. Again, a little bit of expense there, but we've spent about $285 a month there. The next one down is campgrounds and parks. Now this one is pretty variable. So we haven't been staying in any expensive caravan parks. We keep those to a minimum, or trailer parks. But we have stayed in some places like state parks, national parks, and those kind of ones. Those prices are typically between $20 and $40 a night, depending on what's included. And for that, we're averaging about $180 a month. Now, if you've got a bigger budget, that's probably one area where you would spend more money. You could stay in there a lot more, and in turn, the cost would, be increased a fair bit. Okay, the next one down is activities. Now, again, we've been fairly conservative on this. We're not going and doing expensive things. We've been going to national parks, state parks, other free attractions. We've gone and done some things like canoeing, mountain biking, and things along the way that cost, but we're not doing a heap of those. So again, if you want to be able to go and do lots of activities and see all there is to see, 100% I would include a bit bigger budget there. Okay, the next one down is insurance. Both the car and the camper have to have individual insurance. The car includes full comprehensive, and so does the camper, and that's totaling about $136 a month average. Now, remembering the car and camper are both second-hand, so they're not worth the whole amount, so that keeps our insurance's cost down a bit. Now, the next one is RV maintenance and vehicle maintenance. Touch wood, we haven't had too much maintenance to do on the camper. Most of it I've just been able to fix myself, little things falling apart or coming loose, which is basically to be expected in any camper. The car has been also very reliable. Even though it had 160,000 miles, realistically all we've had to do is just the standard maintenance and get a few checkups. So oil changes and that have been around between $60 and $80, and that's about every 7,500 miles. Now that is something that is a really big advantage of a truck camper, in my opinion, is that you're not dealing with a small engine or a complicated engine. It's easy to access, easy to maintain, and hence why it can just be taken to a normal service center and can be maintained really cheaply. That is a really great thing about a truck camper. Also, you can just take the truck camper off and take the car in and get it serviced, which has been awesome on the road. The next one down is our phones. We've got Google Fi for that. That allows us not only to get data in America and our phone services in America, but that also works overseas if we go back to Australia. So that's been really good for the two of us, and that's $93 a month for both of us. So you go to the gym, obviously we try and keep fit and healthy as best we can, is really important to us. But secondly, obviously in areas that might not necessarily be showers, or if we don't want to use the shower that's in the van, we can also shower there, which has been really convenient. Now, finally, there's another whole lot of miscellaneous that we don't really spend too much in. Things like dining, coffee and those kind of things. Other transportation, tolls, like washing the car, all those little things that we've had to consider as well. They add up to about another $100 a month, give or take, which is pretty low. In total, that gives us a monthly expense of approximately $2,500 a month. You'll see the exact figure on the board there. Now, this has been conservative and obviously has worked really well for us, making our dollar stretch as far as we can. I wouldn't hesitate to add another 1,000 plus to that if you really want to do all bells and whistles in the trip. But yeah, as a whole, it's pretty good, pretty affordable to travel America in a truck camper, in my opinion, for two people. All right, that gives you a bit of an idea of the costs associated with traveling America. Obviously, if you have any questions, chuck them in the comments below. Be more than happy to answer them. And thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Bye.